We welcome you back to the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Game 2 on the docket between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry as the Eagles go for the doubleheader sweep against the Wasps. And Carson-Newman turns things over to Sierra Rogers in the circle. The junior pitcher is 1-4 with a 6.74 ERA. 16th appearance and 12th start. 35 and a third innings of work. She's given up 49 hits, struck out 39, and walked 31 with a .331 batting average against. And we will get underway at 3:01 p.m. as Williams leads off the first, taking off the plate for a ball to start this game at 1-0. Mackenzie Williams, 2 for 3, had a multi-hit day with a run scored in game number 1. Rogers, the 1-0, zooms on the outside edge for a strike. It's 1-1. Rogers, a 2-time SAC Pitcher of the Week in her Carson-Newman softball career. Does have a no-hitter to her name. Did that against Shorter last season. The 1-1. Slow roller to third. Matazowski charges. Throw to first. Not in time. Mackenzie Williams legs out an infield single. And the leadoff batter aboard for Emory and Henry. It was a bang-bang play. The call correct. Williams, by a fraction of a second, beats the throw to first. So Williams is on first for Danielle King to work with. King was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Righty batter versus the righty pitcher Rogers. Pitches downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Williams with good speed on first, 14 stolen bases in 17 attempts. Carson-Newman won game 1 of the doubleheader, 10-2 in walk-off run rule fashion in 6 innings. Here's the 1-0, bunted, back to the circle. Winter Morris charges from first, scoops it up and throws to Macy Hughes covering for a 3-4 putout. That gets King by a step and a half, but it's a productive out and a sacrifice bunt, moving Mackenzie Williams into scoring position. No score and 1 out for Lydia Taylor. .417 average is the highest in the order for the Wasps. 1 for 3 in game 1. First pitch to Taylor. Burns the turf for a ball, 1-0. Elsewhere in the Carson-Newman athletic family, Carson-Newman baseball is in Harrogate taking on Lincoln Memorial. 1-0, swing and a miss at a pitch well upstairs, 1-1. Rail Splitters have an 8-4 lead over the Eagles in the top of the 7th inning, but a Luke Goforth walk and a Spencer Williams single has the Eagles with 2 aboard and nobody out, trying to take the series with that game 1 contest. Pitch upstairs and into Taylor, 2-1. Carson-Newman baseball, Tom Griffin's team won yesterday 14-3 over Lincoln Memorial for its largest margin of victory in Harrogate in 16 seasons, going back to 2008. 2-1. Rogers pitches. Taylor swings and misses. She was late, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. These are the 3rd and 4th all-time meetings between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry. Wasps swept the Eagles here in Jefferson City last season, thanks in large part to Avery Adkins. Here's the 2-2. Taylor takes upstairs for a ball, 3-2. Adkins graduated, but as dominant a pitcher as this league has seen probably since the days of Mary Shealy for Carson-Newman back in the early 2010s. Warhorse who just pitched every game. The 3-2, swing and a miss on a pitch down. Taylor's down on strikes. Out number 2, Sierra Rogers wins that battle. And there's 2 away for Morgan Silvis. Silvis responsible for the 2 runs that Emory and Henry scored in game 1 with a home run and a sacrifice fly. Comes up with Williams on second and 2 out, no score. The first pitch, Silvis will flip it foul to the right and out of play, 0-1. Adkins threw 198 pitches and won both games of the doubleheader last year for the Wasps. Emory and Henry won game 1 3-2 before piling on for a 9-2 win in the nightcap. Here's the 0-1. It's well upstairs, bounces off the backstop, rolls up the third baseline, and Williams takes third on a wild pitch. 1-1 to Silvis. Carson-Newman defensively, a couple changes. The outfield's the same. You got Brooks in left, Martin in center, and Vandergriff in right. Carson-Newman makes one change in the infield. That's Winter Morris playing first base in place of Macaulay Bailey. The 1-1. Silvis takes her a strike at the knees on the inner half, 1-2. And Macaulay Bailey moves behind the plate in place of Kennedy Warder. So you got Matazowski, Dye, Hughes, and Morris, third to first for the Eagles, with Bailey catching Sierra Rogers. 1-2. Rogers deals. This one is looped to right. It lands in fair ground. Scoring standing is Williams as Vandergriff scoops it up. It's a 2-out RBI single for Morgan Silvis on a 2-strike pitch. And Emory and Henry has a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Morgan Silvis responsible for all 3 runs that the Wasps have scored today. And it brings up Abigail Street, who takes low in the turf for a ball, 1-0. Wild pitch, moving Williams over to third, looms awfully large right now for the Wasps. She's on second. That's probably a situation where Emory and Henry has runners on the corners. 1-0 to Street. Elevates for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. A run across for the Wasps on Silvis's 2-strike, 2-out hit down the right field line. Emory and Henry has scored first for a second consecutive game in the doubleheader. The 2-0 stays high, ball 3. 18 pitches, 9 for strikes for Sierra Rogers, who's making her first start since March 24th at Newberry. Went 2 1/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 3 in a no decision. Eagles would lose that game 6-3. 3-0. Finds the plate for a strike at the knees, 3-1. Rogers was the game 2 starter from March 2nd to March 24th at Newberry. The pitch. Downstairs for ball 4. Silvis off to second, Street aboard first, and there's 2 on with 2 out for the Wasps, looking to extend this top of the first inning. Brings up Rachel Hill. The shortstop's batting .318. She has been dynamite this season with runners in scoring position. .560 with runners on second or third. Swings and misses tardily at the first pitch, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Silvis on second, Street on first for the Wasps. A 1-0 lead for Emory and Henry on Silvis's 2-strike, 2 out bloop single down the right field line. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball, 1-1 to Rachel Hill. 22 pitch inning here for Sierra Rogers. Infield single for Williams, a sacrifice bunt, a strikeout, 1-1. Moves high for ball 2, 2-1. And after that, you get a wild pitch, the bloop single from Silvis. The 5-pitch walk to Street. And Hill looking for a piece of 2-out hitting here to extend the inning and potentially extend a 1-0 lead. 1-0 is chopped back to the circle. Rogers races in, scoops it up, and throws Hill out at first by 2 steps. But some 2-out work for the Wasps. Puts them in front 1-0. Silvis drives in her 3rd run of the doubleheader. Emory and Henry plates 1 off of 2 hits in the top of the first. Wasps stake to a 1-0 lead. Hughes, Dye, and Bailey to go to work for the Eagles. After this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Macy Hughes leads off the bottom of the first for Carson-Newman, taking down and in from Destiny Good to begin her at-bat at 1-0. Good, the righty, winds and delivers, and Hughes swings and misses. A touch tardy, 1-1. Hughes, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a walk in game number 1. Destiny Good, 7.00 ERA. She's 0-1 on the year. The pitch, down and in to Hughes, 2-1. This is just her second start of the season. She did go a complete game in her first career start. Good. 2-1 in pitching. And Hughes will chop it to the right side of the infield. In comes the second baseman, Street, who gloves it and flips to first to retire Hughes 4-3. Ground out to second. Opens up Carson-Newman's day offensively. A two-hopper. Played perfectly by Abigail Street. It brings up Hayden Dye. Dye was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 3 runs scored in game number 1. 421 average. And taken for a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Dye had the league lead in runs batted in at the start of the doubleheader. She has lost it to Macaulay Bailey. Dye flips this one foul off of first and out of play. She's behind in the count at 0-2. Macaulay Bailey, a 4 RBI day with a home run and 3 hits. Now has 52 to top the South Atlantic Conference. Also hit her league best 14th home run. Here's the 0-2. Dye takes outside for a ball, 1-2. By the way, that home run, the 50th in school history, or 50th this season, which is the most for a single season in school history. So the heaviest hitting Carson-Newman softball team ever here in year 39 of the program. The 1-2's in the turf for a ball, 2-2. Best the record previously held, 49 hit by the 2013 team. That was Brittany Hefner's year. Set the single season record with 19 home runs. Sarah Kelly had 11, the 2-2. Upstairs to Dye, it's 3-2. Been a pretty formidable lineup this year for Carson-Newman with Dye, Bailey, and Matazowski all in double digits. Bailey with 14, Matazowski with 13, and Dye at the plate. She's hit 12. Bases empty, 1 out. The payoff pitch. Dye will chop deep into the hole at second. Ranging back to the outfield turf is Street. Gloves it at shoulder height and flips to first to get Dye, 4-3. So back-to-back 4-3 putouts generated by Destiny Good. There's 2 out, nobody on for Macaulay Bailey. The Eagles trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Destiny Good, the freshman, getting the start for the Wasps. She deals off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. Good 5'7" freshman from Stanton, Virginia, and Riverheads High School. Just her 3rd appearance. She started at Wingate on April 6th as Bailey chops this one foul off her front foot. It's 1-1. Gave up 11 hits and 5 runs to the Bulldogs. Prior to that, she pitched in relief against Anderson on March 13th. Went an inning, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, both earned. And that has been the extent of her action in the circle for Destiny Good. 1-1 to Macaulay Bailey. 2 out, nobody on. Eagles down 1-0. The pitch. Bailey will club it foul off of third, 1-2. A 2-out bloop single from Morgan Silvas is the difference in this one right now. Off a 2-strike pitch, nonetheless. Back in the top of the first. We're in the bottom of the first with a 1-0 lead for the Wasps. 1-2 to Bailey. Good pitches. And Bailey will smoke this one off of Good. She knocks it down. Good picks it up. The throw to first is in time to get Bailey. So 3 straight groundouts generated by Destiny Good. Eagles retired in order in the bottom of the first. Emory and Henry carries a 1-0 lead to the second. Bottom of the order due up for the Wasps. Harper, Williams, and Rashawn after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
1-0 Emory and Henry. As we come to the top of the second inning, Adam Cavalier, happy to have you on hand with our glorious crew here at the Vic. Director Mia Toribio, replay operator Ian Johnson, our camera guys Jay West, Josh Butts, and Rick Gintahome. Sierra Rogers goes to work against Grace Harper. Lanky righty stands in and takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Harper did not play in game number 1. Designated players batting .364. Her 5th start of the season. 4 hits and 11 trips to the plate this year. Rogers the 1-0. Harper will bounce it through the right side. Base hit past the diving second baseman Hughes. Vandergrift cuts it off in right. And Harper's aboard with a leadoff single. So Emory and Henry begins inning number 2, much the same way that it began inning number 1 with a leadoff knock. It brings up Katie Williams, her 5th start of the season. Lefty left fielder squares to bump, pulls it back as the pitch sails high for a ball, 1-0. Harper has not attempted to steal a base this season. She stands on first. Williams waits. Rogers pitches. On the outside edge for a strike. Williams showed bunt, pulled it back. It's 1-1. Corners are crashing for the Eagles defensively. Matazowski and Morris. 3 steps in front of the bags. The pitch, bunted, foul, back and off the fencing. 1-2, and so a sacrifice bunt no longer an option for Katie Williams. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Harper on first. Outfield playing toward the lines for the Eagles. Infield backs up, the 1-2. Williams swings and flips it foul on to Davis Street and up to the lawn for the Heritage Dorm. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Katie Williams. Rogers gets the sign from Bailey. Now time called. Williams steps out. Rogers takes the opportunity to grab the rosin bag, and she's set for the 1 ball, 2 strike offering. Here it comes. Outside for ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 1-0 lead for Emory and Henry in the top of the second. Nobody out. Harper on first. Rogers brings the 2-2 plateward. Line drive to die. Grabs it at short. Throws to first for 1. Thought she could have gotten the lead runner Harper, but elected to take the out at first. And it's a productive out for Williams. Harper advances to second. With 1 out, there's a runner in scoring position. It was a BB into the hole at short right at Hayden Dye, and absolutely could have gone to second for the lead runner. Instead, Harper stands on second for Rashawn, who didn't play in game one. 250 hitter. The third baseman gets plunked on her back, and she's aboard. So a one-out hit batter, and there's 2 on for Emory and Henry. A 1-0 lead for the Wasps in the top of the second inning. And the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Mackenzie Williams, who led off the game with an infield single to third. Rogers back aboard the slab. And she goes to work against the lefty, Mackenzie Williams. First pitch taken outside. No, on the outside edge, pardon me, for a strike. Delayed strike called by our home plate umpire, Lenny Fox. Randy Peralt's at first base. Ray Thacker's at third for this veteran crew. 0-1 to Mackenzie Williams. The pitch taken low for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on base for the Wasps. Harper on second, Rashawn on first. Emory and Henry stake to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second, but looking for more. Rogers uncorks the 1-1. It's upstairs to Williams, 2-1. 36 pitches for Sierra Rogers, 18 for strikes. Emory and Henry a runoff of 3 hits so far. They left 2 on base in the first. Rogers back aboard the rubber, working from the third base side, the 2-1 delivery. Williams sees that one get away from Bailey. Throw down to second is not in time, and everybody moves up a base. Charges a passed ball to Macaulay Bailey. 3-1, first base empty. The pitch chopped over the head. Dye will knock it down, but all hands are safe. Williams legs out an infield single to short. Rashawn had to stay put at second, but Harper scores. And it's a 2-0 lead for Emory and Henry off the RBI infield single from Mackenzie Williams. Great job by Dye to keep that one from getting into center field. It's a 2-0 lead for E&H with 1 out and 2 on base once more here in the top of the second for Danielle King. Swing and a miss at the first pitch from King. It's 0-1. She dropped down a sacrifice bunt her first time up. 0 for 3 for the doubleheader officially. Works with Rashawn on second, Williams on first. Rogers, 0-1. She pitches. Bouncer back up the middle. Dye charges, steps on second. Does not have a throw to first because she tumbles over the runner Williams, and everybody's safe. So that's an infield single for King. As Dye unable to get the ball out of her glove as she stumbled over the runner Williams. Bases loaded, 1 out for Lydia Taylor. 2-0 Emory and Henry in the top of the second. Rogers deals downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Rogers winds and delivers. Taylor will hit it in the air to center. Drifting back is Martin. Now she takes 2 steps in, settles under it. Throw cut off by Dye, and did not have a throw to any other bag. Every runner moves up. It's a sacrifice fly for Lydia Taylor. Rashawn scores on the play. And Emory and Henry has a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second. For Morgan Silvas, an RBI infield single for Mackenzie Williams. A sacrifice fly for Lydia Taylor. And the Wasps on the front foot, 3-0 as Silvas stands in and takes in the turf for a ball, 1-0. Williams on third, King on second. 2 across here in the top of the second for E&H, and now looking for a timely 2-out hit to extend the inning in the lead with 2 in scoring position. 1-0. Silvas, this ball bound for center field. It's a base hit. Martin will throw home, cut off by Rogers in the circle. It's an RBI single for Silvas. She drives in her 4th run of the doubleheader, her 2nd of game 2. King had to stop at third as Williams scores standing. It's a 3-run top of the 2nd and a 4-0 lead for Emory and Henry with Abigail Street to the plate. Rogers pitches, and Street fouls it to the backstop, 0-1. Street walked her first time up. Emory and Henry has plated 3 runs off of 4 hits here in the top of the 2nd inning to grab a 4-0 lead on Carson-Newman. Rogers back aboard the rubber. Sights the sign. Here's the 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Street late. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners on the corners for E&H. The 4-0 lead on Carson-Newman. 3 runs across on 4 hits here in the inning. King on third, Silvas on first. E&H looking for more. The 0-2. Street takes low for ball 1, 1-2. 47 pitches, 25 for strikes for Sierra Rogers. Check of the Carson-Newman baseball score. LMU is up 11-7 in the top of the 8th inning. Trying to even up the series. Pitch downstairs and into Street. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Emory and Henry 4 for 6 to start game 2 with runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. Misses just up and in for ball 3. So Street has battled back after falling into a 0-2 hole. 4-0 Emory and Henry, but looking for more here in the top of the 2nd. Rogers set for the payoff pitch. She winds and delivers. Street will scorch this one to right center field. It's bound for the gap and one hopping the wall. King scores. Silvas rounds third, heads back as Hughes gets the cutoff in from right center field. It's an RBI double for Abigail Street. And there's 2 in scoring position with 2 out and a 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry. And that, it would appear, is the end of the line for Sierra Rogers in the circle. Emory and Henry has pounded out 4 runs and 5 hits here in the top of the 2nd to grab a 5-0 lead. And Carson-Newman makes the call to the bullpen. Emma Frost comes back to the circle. The game 1 winner for Carson-Newman. Back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
We get back just in time for Rachel Hill to pop up to center field and end the 2nd inning for the Wasps. But Emory and Henry sends 9 to the plate. Plates 4 runs off of 5 hits in the inning and leaves 2 stranded in scoring position. Carson-Newman has its work cut out for it. Wasps with a 5-0 lead after an inning and a half. Matazowski, Lucero, and Morris will try to find the bats for Carson-Newman after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Back at the Vic, Brooke Matazowski starts off the bottom of the second, taking the first pitch ball from Good. Pitch number 2 is also low from Destiny Good, and it's 2-0 to Brooke Matazowski. Emory and Henry stick to a 5-0 lead after the Wasps score 4 times off of 5 hits in the top of the second inning. The 2-0. Matazowski will bounce it back up the box. Nice backhand stab by the second baseman Street deep in the hole. She goes to first and gets Matazowski by a step and a half. Abigail Street has been busy in the hole at second. She makes quick work of that. There's one away in the bottom of the second. First 4 Eagles through have been retired. First pitch to Brooklyn Lucero's in at the belt for a strike, 0-1. Nothing in 1 to Lucero. Good pitches. Bounces in the turf for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry. Base is empty for the Eagles here in the second. The 1-1. Lucero will chop into the hole at second. Street fields cleanly, shoulder height. Throw to first in time to get Lucero. 5 outs for Carson-Newman. Abigail Street has taken care of 4 of the 5 outs. Eagles hitting everything on the ground against Destiny Good, and there's 2 away for Winter Morris. Morris making her first start. She takes low for a ball, 1-0. Morris making her first start since March 10th against Wheeling. She was the designated player in that game and went 1 for 2 with 2 batted in. Hasn't started in the field since March 7th. The 1-0 outside for a ball, 2-0. That was against Southern Wesleyan. Started both games of that doubleheader at first base. 2 out, nobody on for the Eagles in the bottom of the second. Goods 2-0. Morris will line this one to right. Playing back was King. She waits and watches it bounce in for a base hit. First hit of the day for Carson-Newman. Winter Morris singles to right. And the Eagles have a 2-out base runner for Mary Vandergriff. Mary Vandergriff stands in, looking to continue a little 2-out rally, and she takes in the turf for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. A 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry on Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the second, trying to pick up a split with the Eagles in this doubleheader after Carson-Newman run-ruled the Wasps in game 1. Pitch for a strike at the handles, 1-1 to Vandergriff. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Morris on first for Carson-Newman. Here's the 1-1. Vandergriff takes upstairs for ball 2, 2-1. 26 pitches for Destiny Good, 13 for strikes. Here's the 2-1. Vandergriff will shoot it foul off of first and out of play, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-0. Emory and Henry leads Carson-Newman. Good. Brings the 2-2 to the plate. Vandergriff takes upstairs and outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. A 2-out single for Winter Morris. Vandergriff trying to keep the line moving. Here's the payoff pitch. Vandergriff will chop it to Street at second. Fields on the second hop and throws to first to Taylor to retire Vandergriff. 6 outs, 5 of which have been 4-3 putouts by Abigail Street and Lydia Taylor. Eagles get a 2-out single for their first base runner of game 2, but leave Morris stuck at first. 5-0. Emory and Henry leads it, headed to the third on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Grace Harper leads off the third inning for Emory and Henry, and the first pitch she gets is a swing and a miss on an Emma Frost pitch, and it's 0-1. Harper led off the second and singled through the right side. Emory and Henry stick to a 5-0 lead here in the nightcap against Carson-Newman. Frost 0-1 and pitching. Downstairs to Harper. It's 1-1. Ball got away from Macaulay Bailey, but nobody on base, so no damage done. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a 5-0 ball game favoring the Wasps. Frost 1-1. Started and got the winning game #1 as Harper calls for time. Frost went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits and a run. It was a solo blast from Morgan Silvas, and only threw 64 pitches. Here's the 1-1. Harper late. It's 1-2 on the rise ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. Harper gets on base 50% of the time that she leads off innings. 1-2. Frost pitches. Harper swings and misses. 8th strikeout of the doubleheader for Emma Frost. There's one away to start the third. Brings up the left fielder, Katie Williams. Williams grounded out 6-3, and she swings and misses at the first pitch she gets. 0-1. Williams with 3 hits and 12 trips to the plate, not among Jake Cochran's usual starters. This is just her 5th start of the season. The 0-1, swing and a miss by the lefty, and she's behind in the count at 0-2. 5-0, Emory and Henry in the top of the third inning. 1 out and nobody on for E&H. 0-2 to Williams. Frost pitches, and Williams takes off the plate for a ball. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Frost the pitch, and Williams whiffs on the rise ball and is down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Emma Frost, and there's 2 away. Brings up the third baseman, Rashawn, who wore a Sierra Rogers pitch to get on and score a run back in that 4-run second inning for E&H. Frost goes to work. Rashawn pops the first pitch back, foul and out of play. 0-1. 5-0 Emory and Henry. Top of the third inning. 2 out, nobody aboard for E&H. 5 runs off of 7 hits for the Wasps. Frost. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Rashawn, 0-2. 12 pitches for Emma Frost in relief, 10 for strikes. Trying to keep the deficit to 5 runs and give Carson-Newman's offense a chance to click into gear and rally. 0-2. Popped up behind home plate. Bailey gives it a look as it sails over the netting and out of play. Count holds, no balls and 2 strikes on Rashawn. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry, top of the third inning, but the base is empty. 1 in the first, 4 in the second for E&H. Frost set for the 0-2. Wheels and deals. Turned on and lifted down the left field line, twisting foul and onto the hillside adjacent Davis Street, where a young Emory and Henry fan goes sprawling to grab the foul ball. Nothing and 2. The pitch. Hit foul to the backstop. Rashawn defensively cues it back to stay alive at 0-2. 5 pitches deep into this at-bat. Rashawn trying to keep the inning going for E&H. 2 out, bases empty, top of the third. Frost set for the 0-2 delivery. She wheels, she deals. Taken outside for a ball at the handles, 1-2. Carson-Newman baseball over in Harrogate. Lincoln Memorial has extended its Game 1 lead of the doubleheader to 13-7 in the bottom of the 8th inning. An RBI single and a wild pitch scoring runs. 1-2 skied in foul territory off of third base. And it's into Emory and Henry's bullpen. Rashawn stays alive at a ball and 2 strikes. So that should that result hold for Lincoln Memorial, Carson-Newman and LMU would battle with a rubber game to decide the series later today. Ryan Wilkes is the call of that. seeiteagles.com/live. 1-2 to Rashawn. Frost the pitch. Rashawn takes outside for ball 2, 2-2. 8 pitch at bat for Ashlyn Rashawn. Emma Frost used 10 pitches to record her first 3 outs. Rashawn's worked her 8 pitches deep into this AB. Frost the break even. Off speed, change up, misses low to load the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry in the top of the third. Frost, payoff pitch. Here it comes. Hit foul to the backstop by Rashawn. 11th pitch of the at-bat coming up. She stays alive at 3-2. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference, in a full slate of action around the softball diamonds today. Anderson beats Coker in game number 1 of the doubleheader, 5-0. Behind 15 strikeouts from Lake and Maxwell. Wingate prevails at Mars Hill 5-1. Catawba holds serve at home against UVA Wise 4-2. Lenore Rhine rallies from a 3-run deficit to beat Newberry 6-3. And Limestone run rules LMU on the road 13-2. Those are all the game 1 finals. Anderson's out to a 5-0 lead against Coker in game number 2 of its doubleheader. Wise up 1-0 at Catawba, and Limestone's out to a 5-0 first inning lead against LMU. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Took 11 pitches, but Emma Frost wins the battle with Rashawn. She strikes out the side in the third. keeps the deficit to 5 runs. 5-0, Emory and Henry through 2.5. 8-9-1. Due up for the Eagles after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Abby Martin leads off the bottom of the third for Carson-Newman, trailing Emory and Henry 5-0 as Good goes back to work and throws down and in at the feet to Martin to start off the at-bat at 1-0. A 5-0 deficit for Carson-Newman. 1-0. Martin will bounce this over the head of the third baseman, Rashawn. Hill scoops it up at short, but Martin's already aboard first with no throw. It's an infield single for Abby Martin. And the Eagles get the leadoff batter aboard for the first time today. Second hit of the day for Carson-Newman. It brings up Trinity Brooks. She was 0 for 2 in game number 1. Lefty Brooks sees the corners creep in as Good pitches downstairs for a ball, 1-0. 5-0. The Emory and Henry lead on Carson-Newman, 1 in the first, 4 in the second for the Wasps. Eagles have rallied from a 5-run deficit this season. The 1-0 on the outside edge for a strike to Brooks, 1-1. That was at Limestone on March 13th. Eagles trailed 5-0 in the 6th inning before rallying for an 8-7 win to sweep the doubleheader with the Saints. Here's the 1-1. Brooks will shoot it foul onto Davis Street on the third base side, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes with a leadoff batter, Martin on first after the infield single. A 5-0 lead for Emory and Henry here in the bottom of the third. 1-2 from Good. Brooks bounces it foul to the first base side. Tried again at the ball and 2 strikes. Beautiful day for softball here on the banks of Mossy Creek. An area cloud in the sky. 1-2. Upstairs, Brooks lays off, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trinity Brooks. Good. Break-even pitch. Brooks stings it through the left side. Brooks finds pay dirt with a base hit. Martin over to second base. And the Eagles have 2 on with nobody out for Macy Hughes. Quality pieces of hitting for Abby Martin and Trinity Brooks down at the bottom of the order. Back-to-back singles of the Eagles in business here in the bottom of the third, trailing 5-0 for Macy Hughes, who grounded out to second her first time up. Good pitches. Hughes squares to bunt, and Hughes bounces it. Hughes called out on batter's interference, saying that she hit the ball as she was coming out of the box. Crowd is saying, hey, she's in the box. There's the bunt. It hits Hughes when she was still in the box. Should be a foul ball. Officials are going to chat about it. And they are going to chat things over and say, yeah, she was definitely still in the box. And that is the right call. Hughes fouled it back into herself. Emory and Henry crowd nonplussed, but that's the right call. Absolutely a foul ball. Hughes was still in the box. She'll square to bunt again and shoot this one foul to third. 0-2 to Hughes. No balls, 2 strikes to Macy Hughes. A sacrifice bunt no longer an option for Hughes. She'll have to swing away. Quite capable of that, hitting .408 this season. .394 with runners in scoring position. The 0-2. Hughes, high chopper, past the reach of the diving second baseman Street and into right field. Scoring is Abby Martin. It's an RBI single for Macy Hughes. Brooks gets to third, and Carson-Newman has its first run of the day from Macy Hughes. That is career RBI 161 for Macy Hughes. And she has moved into a tie for Bree Shoemake for 4th on the career runs batted in list in Carson-Newman history. 4-run ball game, 5-1. E&H leads it after Hughes RBI knocked through the right side and brings up Hayden Dye. Dye fouls the first pitch off the plate, 0-1. Runners on the corners and nobody out for the Eagles. 3 straight singles. Start Carson-Newman's bottom of the third. Martin down the third base line. Brooks through the left side. Hughes opposite way through the right side. 0-1 to Hayden Dye. Destiny Good rolls the ball against her right hip. Here's the 0-1. Off speed and down for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hayden Dye, who has lost the league lead and runs batted in to Macaulay Bailey, who looms in the on-deck circle. 1-1. Dye will clobber this one to right center field. That's a base hit. Scooping it up and throwing it in is King. Hughes gets to third. Brooks scores standing. It's an RBI single for Hayden Dye. Runners on the corner still, and nobody out for the Eagles. 5-2. Carson-Newman cuts the deficit to 3 runs. Quality hitting for Hayden Dye. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Macaulay Bailey. First time in program history that 2 players have driven in at least 50 runs, or second time in program history, pardon me, that 2 players have driven in at least 50 runs. Macaulay Bailey has 52 batted in to Dye's 51, and she fouls off the first pitch she gets. It's 0-1. 5-2, Emory and Henry leads. 4 straight singles have started out Carson-Newman's bottom of the third inning. Nobody out and runners on the corners. Hughes on third, Dye on first. 0-1. Bailey swings and misses. She's in a 0-2 hole. No balls. 2 strikes to Macaulay Bailey. Destiny Good. Wheels and deals. Bailey takes off the plate away. Ball 1. Only other time that Carson-Newman's had 2 players drive in 50 runs in a season was 2015. That was a regional year for the Eagles. Brooke Ramsey and Bree Lockett did it. The 1-2. Bailey will sting it to third. Tagging out the runner at third is Rashawn. Throw to first is in time to get Bailey. Hughes just a step off the bag. It was grounded into Rashawn's glove at third base. She was standing on the bag, and she was able to tag out Hughes. And there's 2 away. Dye moves up to second base. That brings up Brooke Matazowski, who grounds one into the hole at second. It is bobbled by Street, and Matazowski is able to reach first base on the error. Well, Abigail Street has been so good at second base for the Wasps, but she gets eaten up there. And the inning extends for Carson-Newman, trailing 5-2 in the bottom of the third for Brooklyn Lucero. Dye on third, Matazowski on first. The pitch. Lucero takes high for a ball, 1-0. RBI singles for Macy Hughes and Hayden Dye have gotten the Eagles within 3 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 to Lucero. She swings, slow roller up the third baseline, grabbed by Rashawn, and she throws out Lucero at first base by several steps. Eagles do a little damage, though. First 4 batters of the inning reach on base hits. Hughes and Dye drive in runs, and it's 5-2. Emory and Henry through 3. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Top of the order due up for Emory and Henry in the top of the 4th inning. A 5-2 lead for the Wasps. Mackenzie Williams leading things off, swinging at the first pitch and fouling it back and out of play. 0-1. Williams working on a multi-hit day. She's 2 for 2 with a run driven in and 2 runs scored. She has singled to third base and through the right side. The pitch, fouled back. And out of play again, 0-2. Emory and Henry leading in the top of the 4th. 1 in the first, 4 in the second for the Wasps. Eagles counter with a 2-run bottom of the 3rd after the first 4 of the inning reached. The 0-2. Check swing and a pitch upstairs. 1-2 to Williams. Eagles thinking that probably could have been a whole lot more. Macaulay Bailey grounded into a double play at third base to help bail out the Wasps a little bit. The 1-2. Downstairs to Williams, 2-2. Macy Hughes had a slight lead at third, and it was a ground ball right to the third baseman, Rashawn, who was just standing on the bag when she caught it. Hughes went to retreat, as you would expect on that type of ball. Williams swings and fouls it off of first, 2-2. And she was tagged out trying to return to the bag, and Rashawn put an on-target throw to first to double up the Eagles and limit the damage for the Wasps, but Eagles chip away. Don't need to get all 5 runs back in 1 inning. And 3 runs, the deficit now for the Eagles. 2-2 to Williams. Frost delivers. Williams stings it left center field. This is problematic. Williams rounding first. She wants extra bases. Brooks scoops it up off the base of the wall, throws it to third base. It's a leadoff triple for Mackenzie Williams. 3rd triple of the year for Williams. And Emory and Henry in business, trying to re-extend the lead with its 3rd leadoff hit in 4 innings here in game number 2. First 2 leadoff hits from Williams. She scored both times. She did that. Danielle King comes up, 1 for 1 in the nightcap, 1 for 4 for the doubleheader, a sacrifice and a single. First pitch bunted into the air. Racing in is Matazowski. She grabs the popped-up bunt along the third baseline, and that gets King. So the Wasps trying to drop down a squeeze bunt. That is unsuccessful, and up comes Lydia Taylor. Frost pitches to her, and Taylor takes on the outside edge at the handles for a strike, 0-1. Taylor's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a sacrifice fly. 5-2 lead for the Wasps in the top of the 4th. with Williams on third base after her leadoff triple. 0-1. Frost delivers. Taylor pulls the changeup down the left field line, twisting foul and landing for strike two. Straightens that up by about 4 feet. It's back to a 4-run lead for Emory and Henry. Instead, Taylor finds herself in a 0-2 hole. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Williams on third for the Wasps. Frost, the 0-2 delivery. Called strike 3, outer black. Frost sits down Taylor on 3 straight pitches. And there's 2 away, and now Emory and Henry cannot score Williams with an out. However, the ever-dangerous Morgan Silvis to the plate. She's 4 for 4 for the doubleheader. Frost pitches, and Silvis hits the first pitch foul to the backstop. 0-1. Silvis 4 for 4 for the doubleheader. She's driven in 4 runs. Pair of RBI singles here in the nightcap. Hit a home run and a sacrifice fly in game number 1 to drive in runs. 0-1. Frost pitches. Silvis takes high and away for a ball. 1-1. 33 pitches, 25 strikes for Emma Frost in this relief outing. 2 innings of work has given up the lone hit, the triple for Williams. 1-1. Frost pitches. It's low, golf to short. Dye charges, throw to first in time to get Silvis. First time she's been retired today without generating a run. Williams stuck on third after her leadoff triple. Frost keeps the deficit to 3 runs. Morris, Vandergriff, and Martin to the plate for the Eagles in the bottom of the 4th after this with a 3-run deficit on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
5-2, Emory and Henry leads it as we come to the bottom of the 4th inning, with Morris, Vandergriff, and Martin scheduled to appear for Carson-Newman. Morris had the first hit of the day for the Eagles, and she takes on the outside edge for a strike to begin at bat number 2. 0-1. Morris a 2-out single back in the second. One of 5 hits here in the nightcap for the Eagles. 2 runs off of those 5 hits for Carson-Newman. 0-1. Morris comes through, swings and misses. Tried to keep the bat on her shoulder, and she's down on the count. 0-2. Destiny Good, 3 innings. A 5-hit, 2-run ball in this start. Hasn't walked anybody, hasn't struck out anybody. 0-2. Morris takes a called 3rd strike. There is her first strikeout. 2nd strikeout of the season for Destiny Good. And there's one away to start the bottom of the 4th for Carson-Newman for Mary Vandergriff. Vandergriff hit one of 5 groundouts to second base. Her first time up. Ton of 4-3 putouts for Abigail Street, and she'll flip this one foul off the facing of the press box. It's 0-1. Our staff photographer, Adam Green, to my right, is working on editing some photos.
How do you know you're in a
And he flinched big time. He was terrified, both by the sight and the sound of that ball. The 0-1. Vandergriff stings this one back up the middle. Base hit for Mary Vandergriff. Her first hit in 4 games. she was due, and she pelts that one into center. A one-out base runner for Abby Martin to work with. 5-2, Emory and Henry leading in the bottom of the fourth inning. Vandergriff on first. Martin singled to short. Her first time up. First pitch to Martin. Hit into the hole at second. Street fields cleanly. Throw to second for one. Relay to first in time for two. Abigail Street is fired up. A 4-6-3 inning-ending double play finishes off Carson-Newman in the fourth. And Good faces the minimum. As a result, we head to the fifth. 5-2, Emory and Henry leads. Street, Hill, Harper to the plate after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
5-2. Emory and Henry leads Carson-Newman through 4 innings. Eagles out of the bottom of the fourth after an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. Now the woman who started that double play, Abigail Street, leads off this inning, popping up the first pitch. Foul territory, third base side, over the dugout and out of play. 0-1. Street's been aboard twice here in the nightcap. A walk and an RBI double. She's 1 for 4 for the doubleheader. A double, a strikeout, and a walk. Righty Street. Wide stance even with the dish. Frost 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Street, who reaches base 47% of the time she hits leadoff. 5-2 lead for the Wasps in the top of the fifth. Frost 0-2. Street pops it up, first base side. That's foul and out of play. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman, when trailing after 4 innings, is just 1-10 this season. The lone win came at Limestone on March 13th. The 0-2, looping changeup, defensively checked foul off of first by Street. Count holds 0-2. That game against Limestone, the Eagles were being no hit through 6 innings before Macaulay Bailey broke it up. Street switching out bats. Got some new metal in her hands. And she'll face the 5th pitch of this AB. 0-2, Frost fires. Street swings and misses. She's down on strikes. 5 strikeouts in relief for Emma Frost. She has recorded 5 strikeouts, and 5 of the 8 outs that she's grabbed have been punch-outs. First pitch to Rachel Hill is driven to center field. Back goes Martin. She reaches up, collides with the wall. The ball is over the wall. It is a home run for Rachel Hill. Her 7th blast of the season, and Emory and Henry stretches it back to a 4-run game, 6-2. Becca Brandstetter quickly out of the Carson-Newman dugout to check on Abby Martin. She bruised her ribs in a collision at Tusculum in the outfield on Wednesday, and she ran smack into the wall there trying to grab Hill's home run ball. So some concern being showed for Abby Martin, who is clutching the left side of her abdomen. And that is one tough cookie. Martin is going to stay in the game, it would appear. That is Gadsden, Alabama tough right there. So Hill homers to center. And Emory and Henry stretches the lead out to 4 runs, 6-2 off of the one-out solo shot. Up comes Grace Harper. 1 for 2 today. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. And she takes at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Final score from game 1 of the doubleheader in Harrogate. Lincoln Memorial evens the series at a game apiece with a 16-7 win over Carson-Newman. Swing and a miss by Harper, and she's behind in the count at 0-2. Eads gets the win for LMU. 6 1/3 innings of 6 hits, 7-run ball with 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. The 0-2. Harper flips it foul, back and out of play. Stays 0-2. Aiden Gibson and James Denton both hit home runs for Carson-Newman. Denton was 2 for 4 with 4 RBI in the game for the Eagles. But LMU, 6 different players had multi-hit days for the Rail Splitters to even the series. Harper fouls this pitch back and out of play. Still 0-2 to her. 6-2, Emory and Henry leading here in the top of the 5th inning. A one-out solo shot from Rachel Hill has stretched the Wasps' lead back to 4 runs. 6 runs off of 9 hits for E&H. 2 runs off of 6 hits for the Eagles. 0-2. Frost delivers. Harper will sky this one into the air. Dye shading with her glove, and the shortstop makes the grab for out number 2. A soft pop-up from Harper retires her, and it sends Katie Williams to the plate. Lefty is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. Frost pitches, and Williams swings and misses at a rise ball. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on for Emory and Henry in the top of the 5th inning. A 6-2 lead for the Wasps. 4-run second, the big inning. Another rise ball, another swing and miss for Williams, 0-2. All the game ones around the South Atlantic Conference on the softball diamond have gone final today. Here's the 0-2. Williams swings and misses, waving at another rise ball. 3 straight pitches and a strikeout for Emma Frost. She has fanned 6 in this 3 1/3 inning relief effort. 6-2, Emory and Henry extends the lead back to 4 runs thanks to the Hill homer. Brooks, Hughes, and Dye, 9-1-2, due up for the Eagles after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Well, it's 1 pitch and 1 out before we come back from break as Trinity Brooks pops up to the shortstop Hill to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Emory and Henry a 6-2 lead on Carson-Newman. 1 out, and Macy Hughes to the plate. Hughes takes a first pitch strike at the knees, and it's 0-1 to her. Hughes, 1 for 2, drove in her 161st career run in her last at-bat. An RBI single through the right side to tie Brees Shoemake for 4th all-time in career runs batted in. She takes low and away for a ball, 1-1 here. Not an RBI opportunity here for Macy Hughes unless she is able to bash her 28th career home run. The 1-1. Hughes flips it foul to the netting behind home plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 6-2, Emory and Henry leads. The difference right now is that 4-run second for the Wasps. Plated 4 runs off of 5 hits to get the starter Sierra Rogers out of the game. The 1-2. Hughes will chop it back up the box. Base hit for Macy Hughes. A multi-hit day for Macy Hughes with a 1-out single through the heart of the infield. Hughes with a pair of multi-hit efforts in the doubleheader today after she went 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored in game 1. She now has multi-hit days in 4 of her last 5 contests. 54 career multi-hit games as Dye chops this one off the glove of the leaping pitcher Good. And Dye, 1 pitch, and she's aboard with a 1-out single off the leaping pitcher Good. Good had to elevate it. Normally the Baltimore chop is to third base. This time, Dye chops it off over the head and off the glove of Destiny Good, and the Eagles have 2 aboard for Macaulay Bailey. Got it into a double play her last time up. She swings at the first pitch here. Little looper finds turf in the middle of center field. Tagging and going to third late is Hughes. She slides in ahead of the throw that gets away from Rashawn. And the Eagles have them loaded up with 1 out. Macaulay Bailey, a bloop single to center. Her first hit of game number 2. And there's an Eagle on every bag for Brooke Matizowski. Tying run to the plate for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 straight 1-out singles for Carson-Newman. The pitch to Matizowski. Line drive, BB into center field. Station to station go the Eagles. Matizowski drives in Macy Hughes. And it's a 6-3 ball game. Brooke Matizowski, an absolute screamer into center. It was hit so hard, and Mackenzie Williams was able to pluck it quickly that the Eagles could only score 1, and now Brooklyn Lucero comes up. She swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Lucero was 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. 6-3, Emory and Henry leading. 0-1. Lucero, mighty cut, misses, 0-2. Lucero trying to give Carson-Newman the lead with 1 swing of the bat. She's behind in the count, 0-2. Tying run on first base for the Eagles. 1 out, bases loaded. Good. Here's the 0-2. Lucero will bounce it foul, backing out of play. 0-2, the count holds. 6-3, Wasps leading. Carson-Newman with 4 consecutive 1-out singles to load them up in plate 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Good's 0-2. Lucero watches it outside for a ball, 1-2. Destiny Good, 4 1/3 innings, has given up 10 hits and 3 runs. Carson-Newman threatening here, though, in the bottom of the 5th. E&H with a couple of arms loosening in the pin along the left field line. 1-2. Lucero will sting it to left center field. It is past the left fielder Williams and all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Brooklyn Lucero. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. The 3rd run, Matizowski scores from first, and Carson-Newman has tied the game with a bases-clearing double for Brooklyn Lucero. 6-6 ball game. We're all tied up. And Jake Cockrum out of the E&H dugout to have a chat with the Wasps infield. 5 consecutive 1-out knocks for Carson-Newman. Eagles have put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 5th to tie this game at 6 runs apiece after trailing 5-0 to start the game. Destiny Good will stay in for the moment. E&H has Ashley Foster warming up, as well as Bailey Payne. Neither of those players pitched in Game 1. Cundiff, Yates, and Dowdy were the 3 pitchers of record for E&H in the 10-2 Game 1 loss. Bailey Worley is in to pinch run for Brooklyn Lucero at second base. Winter Morris comes up trying to keep the line moving. First pitch to Morris is taken off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. 5 straight one-out knocks for the Eagles. 4 singles, and then Lucero's bases clearing double to left center to tie the game at 6. Here's the 1-0. Morris takes a strike at the belt, 1-1. 71 pitches, 48 for strikes for Destiny Good. But she has run into a spot of bother here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4 runs across off of 5 hits for the Eagles. 1-1 offering. Change up for a strike at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. A pinch running Bailey Worley stands on second for the Eagles. She represents the go-ahead run. Outfield back for the Wasps. 1-2. Morris will chop it to the second baseman, Street. Throws to first in time to Taylor. That gets Morris. But her out is productive, moving Worley over to third base. And there's 2 away for Mary Vandergriff. A 4-run bottom of the 5th for the Eagles has made this a brand new ball game. 4 runs off of 5 hits, and Vandergriff will try to keep the line moving for the Eagles. First pitch to her is low and away for a ball, 1-0. Vandergriff broke up a 0-for-12 string at the plate with a single back up the middle in her last at-bat. One of those here would give the Eagles the lead. 1-0, good pitches. Well up, well outside, ball 2 to Vandergriff. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Worley stands on third for the Eagles, representing the go-ahead run in a 6-6 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-0. Vandergriff bounces it foul off the plate. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4 runs across for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brooklyn Lucero's bases loaded, bases clearing double to left center. The big lick of the inning. 2-1 to Vandergriff. Good pitches. Vandergriff swings and misses. At a pitch upstairs, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-6 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Eagles trying to rally from a 5-run deficit for a second time this season. 2-2 to Vandergriff. Good pitches. Vandergriff takes a touch low. Didn't miss by much. It's ball 3. Count loaded up on Vandergriff. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Worley on third. Good. The payoff pitch. Vandergriff swings, hot shot to third. Stopped and scooped by Rashawn. Throw to first is in time to get Vandergriff. The Eagles send 8 to the plate. They get 5 hits and 4 runs across, and this game is tied 6-6, heading to the 6th. 9-1-2 due up for the Wasps. Brand new ball game. Back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com. where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop CNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop CNEagles.com.
6-6 ball game as we come to the top of the sixth inning. And Rashawn leading things off for the Wasps. Frost's first pitch to her is cued foul off the facing of Emory and Henry's dugout on the third base side. And it's 0-1. Frost, 3 1/3 innings in relief, has given up 2 hits and a run. Granted, the 2 hits, a triple and a home run. Gave up a leadoff triple to Williams to start the fourth inning, then stranded her at third base. A 1-out home run to Hill in the fifth. That's been the only hits of the day for E&H in the nightcap. Nice off-speed pitch from Frost there. Buckles at the belt for a strike, and Rashawn's in a 0-2 hole. Rashawn foul tips it into Bailey's mitt. She's down on strikes. 3 straight strikes from Emma Frost. She's got her 7th K of game number 2, her 14th of the doubleheader, and there's one away as the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Mackenzie Williams. She has not been retired here in the nightcap. 3 for 3 day with a triple. As Frost goes to work against her and pitches, and Williams will sky it foul off of third and off a gentleman sitting on the hillside's legs. Kick save and a butte for that fan, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty for the Wasps in a 6-6 ball game in the top of the 6th. 0-1. Line drive, right at Die. She drops to a knee, scoops it up, and retires Williams. First time that she has been put out in the nightcap. And there's 2 away for Danielle King. Strikeout and a line out. And now King to the plate, hitting .358. King's 1 for 2 in game 2. Sacrifice, infield single to third, and a pop-up to third. Swing and a miss at the first pitch she gets. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 6-6 ball game, top of the 6th. Base is empty for Emory and Henry. Oh, 1. Foul backing out of play, 0-2. Six ball game, top of the 6th. Base is empty for E&H. 0-2 to King. Frost gets the sign from Bailey. Here's the 0-2 offering. Hit foul to the backstop. King stays alive. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Emma Frost now officially the pitcher of record in this game. Rogers cannot win it or lose it unless she were to re-enter. The 0-2. High to King. She does not give chase, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6 runs off of 11 hits for the Eagles. 6 runs off of 9 hits for the Wasps. E&H has made 1 error. The Eagles have played error-free. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back and out of play by King. Count holds the ball and 2 strikes. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat here to King. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the 5th for Emory and Henry. 2 in the third, 4 in the 5th for the Eagles. The 1-2 to King. Looping changeup, bends outside for a ball, 2-2. Count evens up on Danielle King. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty in a 6-6 ball game in the top of the 6th. The 2-2. Cued foul backing out of play again. King will live to see an 8th pitch in this at-bat. 60 pitches for Emma Frost in relief, 50 for strikes. She's at 124 pitches for the doubleheader now, after going 5 innings and winning game number 1. Frost 2-2. And pitching. Popped in the air, right side of the infield. Hughes retreating into the outfield grass, and the second baseman settles 9 feet back on the green turf to retire King. 1-2-3 frame for Emma Frost. A 6-6 ball game headed to the bottom of the 6th. Martin, Brooks, and Hughes to the plate for the Eagles. After this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Destiny Good always working quickly between innings. She's already thrown a first pitch ball low to Abby Martin. Pitch number 2 is swung on, hit through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit for Abby Martin. Her second hit of the day. And Carson-Newman has the go-ahead run on base to start the bottom of the 6th inning. 12th hit of the day for Carson-Newman, and up comes Trinity Brooks. Brooks, a single and a pop-up to short to her name. She's 1 for 2 here in game number 2. Infield comes in on the lefty slapper as good pitches. Brooks squares to bunt, shoots it foul off of third, 0-1. No balls and a strike to Trinity Brooks, who has good speed in front of her, and Abby Martin with a team best 16 stolen bases. On first. 0-1. Brooks squares to bunt again. This time pulls it back as the pitch misses for ball 1. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike, nobody out. The ball game is tied 6-6 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Eagles rallying with a 4-run bottom of the 5th to make this a brand new ball game. 1-1 to Brooks. Good pitches. And Brooks swings and slashes it foul onto Davis Street. Nice juggling grab by a fan, making the bare hand snag on Davis Street. It's 1-2. Good. Rolls the ball against her pant leg. The 1-2 offering. Brooks swings, bouncing ball back up the middle. The shortstop, Hill, tries to shovel to Street. It is mishandled, and Brooks is safe at first. So Brooks reaches on a fielder's choice. It's going to be an error on Emory and Henry. And the error will go on the second baseman, Street, for mishandling the throw. Now up comes Macy Hughes. She bunts foul off the third base side, 0-1. Nothing in 1 to Macy Hughes. Carson-Newman has 2 runners on base and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th, trying to break open a 6-6 ball game. Goods 0-1. Hughes squares to bunt, pulls it back as it misses low for ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. A.C. Hughes working on a 2-hit day. She's had multi-hits in both games of the doubleheader. 1-1. Hughes squares to bunt again pulls it back, pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-1. Good 5 innings, has given up 12 hits and 6 runs. Hughes hitting .412 with runners in scoring position. The 2-1. Hughes stings it, back up the box, base hit. Martin gets the wave around third. She scores standing. The throw from center gets away from everybody. Coming to the plate and sliding in safely is Trinity Brooks. The throw is mishandled, and Hughes moves over to third base. It's an RBI single for Macy Hughes to give the Eagles the lead. A run scores on an error, and Carson-Newman leads 8-6. I think you're going to have 2 errors on this play when it's all said and done, but I do want a glimpse of the replay. Brings up Hayden Dye, who grounds to third. Looking off Hughes, and throwing to first is Rashawn, and she gets Dye for out number 1. So 1 out. Runner on third for Macaulay Bailey, who swings. Hard shot to third. Grabbed by Rashawn. Throw to first is in time to get Bailey. So back-to-back 5-3 putouts. 2 outs. Hughes stuck at third. And an 8-6 lead for the Eagles. Go ahead, RBI single for Macy Hughes. Now Brooke Matazowski to the plate. First pitch to Matazowski is low for a ball. It's 1-0. The pitch. Matazowski drives straight away center field. It is over the scoreboard and out of here. Brooke Matazowski goes yard. And the Eagles are ahead 10-6. A no-doubt dinger from Brooke Matazowski, her 14th of the season. And Carson-Newman has played it 8 unanswered to grab a 10-6 lead after trailing 5-0. Up comes Brooklyn Lucero. His good pitches to her. Lucero will bounce this one through the right side. A base hit. Another 2-out single for the Eagles. It's a 10-6 lead for Carson-Newman with the 15th hit of the day. And up comes Winter Morris. Morris climbs in, trying to continue to pour things on here in the bottom of the 6th. Taking low for a ball, 1-0. Carson-Newman has scored double-digit runs in both innings of this doubleheader. The pitch. Morris bounces into the hole at second. Street ranges to her left and gobbles it up and flips to first to get Morris. But the Eagles do damage. A 2-run home run from Brooke Matazowski. 2-run score on a Macy Hughes single. And the Eagles have scored 8 unanswered to take a 10-6 lead into the 7th. 3 outs for the Wasps to make up 4 runs. Taylor will try to jumpstart it for E&H after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Carson-Newman has a 10-6 lead as we come to the top of the 7th, and the first pitch is skied into the air to right center field. Camping under it is Abby Martin, and she makes the grab to retire Lydia Taylor. So one pitch, one out for Emma Frost in the top of the 7th inning, and Emory and Henry with 2 outs to make up a 4-run deficit, and Morgan Silvas to the plate. Frost wheels and deals, and Silvas takes low for a ball, 1-0. What a come from behind effort for the Eagles. They trailed 5-0 after 2. They were down 6-2, a 4-run deficit after the top of the 5th, but have responded with back-to-back 4-run innings to take control. 1-0 to Silvas. Fouled back and out of play. It's 1-1. Silvas has been really good in this doubleheader. 4 for 5 at the plate, and she's driven in 4 runs through the 2 games. 1-1. Frost pitches. Silvas waves over the top of it. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Eagles with a 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead for the first time today. They're in position to win it now. 1 out, nobody on. The 1-2. Silvas flips it foul, backing out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. After Silvas, you get to Street, who's 1 for 5 for the doubleheader. Does have an RBI double to her name here in game number 2. 1-2. Frost pitches. Silvas, line drive, right field, but right at Mary Vandergriff. 2 shuffle steps to her right, and the right fielder snares it to retire Silvas. There's 2 away for Abigail Street. Street's 1 for 2. Walk, a double, and a strikeout. Emory and Henry down to its final out and just in need of base runners right now, trailing 10-6. Here in the top of the 7th. First pitch to Street. Buckles above the handles for a ball, 1-0. Adam Cavalier, glad that you're with us on a gorgeous sunny Saturday on the banks of Mossy Creek. A 10-6 lead for the Eagles over the Wasps, thanks to 8 unanswered over the last 2 innings. The pitch fouled back and out of play by Street. It's 1-1. Carson-Newman won game 1, 10-2. He pounded out 15 hits in the nightcap. 26 knocks for the doubleheader and scored 20 runs. In position for a sweep of the Wasps. Frost 1-1. Swing and a miss by Street. It's 1-2. 5 innings in relief for Emma Frost, giving up 2 hits and a run with 14 strikeouts for the doubleheader. Split 7 apiece, game 1 to game 2. 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball, game over. Carson-Newman rallies with 8 unanswered over the last 2 innings to prevail 10-6 in the nightcap. Emma Frost gets the win in relief to improve to 13-3 on the year, while Brooke Matazowski and Brooklyn Lucero both drive in 3 for the Eagles offensively. And Carson-Newman wins 2 to move to 14-6 in league play and stay in the hunt for a hosting duty in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship here in 2 weeks. This a good way to start an 8-game homestand to close the regular season. Eagles prevailed twice over Emory and Henry, scoring 20 runs and pounding out 26 hits against the Wasps. For our entire fantastic crew, our director, Mia Toribio, replay operator, Ian Johnson, our cameraman, Jay West, Rick Gintahome, and Josh Butts, I'm Adam Cavalier. Thanks for joining us. Carson-Newman improves to 26-16 and 14-6 in the league, while the Wasps fall to 17-18 and 8-12 in South Atlantic Conference play. You can catch Carson-Newman baseball underway right now on the Eagles Sports Network at cneagles.com/live. Eagles and Rail Splitters battling in a rubber game over in Harrogate after LMU won game 2 of the series, 16-7. Carson-Newman retired in order in the top of the first to start game 2. Ryan Wilkes on the call at cneagles.com/live. Our next presentation of Carson-Newman softball comes your way on Tuesday at 2 p.m. when the Eagles play host to the Milligan Buffs in a doubleheader. For our entire crew, I'm Adam Cavalier signing off. Once again, the final score from the nightcap. Eagles prevail in comeback fashion over the Wasps, 10-6. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Until then, have a pleasant rest of your Saturday. Good night, everybody.